Hey, what's up my brothers? This is Enemy Stan User and this week's Chainsawman just got real. What I really like about Fujimoto and his writing style is how he really builds up his characters and practically tears down whatever barrier is holding back their true feelings. What I mean is whatever front a character puts up, you can tell they are like that for a reason, and eventually Fujimoto will break down and expose them. This is a lot more evident in Asa's character, because when we first met Asa, you almost get the impression she was like a shy or timid and quiet goody two-shoes like girl, but inside Asa is extremely judgmental. She's very awkward and honestly quite a bit sassy. She's actually more desperate than anything, and that particular flop and failure of a character is why Asa is a lot more relatable than a lot of us might want to admit. Today, Fujimoto not only exposes that weakness, but makes Asa herself acknowledge it. And how sick is it that in a bloody world of devils, gore, and violence, Asa's biggest enemy is her own fear of solitude and companionship. Yet this does present an opportunity to overcome this fear and perhaps become a better, stronger Asa in the future. Today's chapter was very short, but it touched a lot on Asa's character and the challenges she's going to face against devils in the future. And man, that guy Fujimoto certainly can cook. Starting the chapter off, Asa is affected by the falling devil's power and floats in the sky. From what we know about the devil's ability, she takes the negativity of a person's trauma and forces them to relive it, and then they start to quote-unquote fall or are influenced to fall. Asa is too overwhelmed in this moment and is going to float into the sky. Yoru reasons with Asa and tells her to repeat her words as they chant nail knife and sacrifice their fingernail for a weapon, and the pain from that transformation snaps Asa back to the ground. If Asa focuses on the pain, then her fear will be kept at bay. Yoru manages to switch back only when Asa isn't afraid. Analyzing the events going on, Yoru concludes this is the falling devil and regards this fear is more primal than even things like trauma, moon, gravity, and even suicide. So unlike all those devil theories, this falling devil likely encompasses all those things. Yoru theorizes this is more than just a coincidence, and Fami might be interfering with this. But based on Fami's words about the King of Terror, I think the Falling Devil's debut is the beginning of something far greater. Asa is once again struck with this negativity and thinks about her cat Cramban's death, but Yoru quickly snaps her back to reality when slicing her hand and letting her focus on that pain. Yet Asa is still afraid and they start floating again, but Yoru actually managed to get stuck under a roof right before losing control. So then it's revealed that Asa is afraid of Yoru too. Even when Yoru is trying to keep them alive, Asa cannot trust her. And what I appreciate here is the complete reality and brashness of Asa and Yoru's relationship. Asa does not know or understand Yoru, and Yoru is always saying threatening and scary things to her. Frankly, despite everything that's happened, Asa isn't used to all this chaos. She isn't gonna think rationally just because Yoru says so. And Yoru's overly abrasive and controlling demeanor is probably right. It's probably what they should do. They need to live and stay alive. But Asa's still just stuck on the fact that she cut her hand. She's afraid and she can't trust anyone like this. This is definitely one of the bigger moments where Asa's anxiety, panicky mode, and Yoru's rational coldness clash very clearly, because they cannot work together like this. Asa is the one falling into her fear, and Yoru is the calm and stoic one. One aspect of Asa's fear and trauma is Yoru, and Yoru is actually the one keeping her alive. So now that things have settled a little bit, Asa finally reveals, yes, she does have trust issues, but when she wants that companionship, whether it be from, a pet cat, a best friend, a boyfriend, family, she always gets hurt and ends up losing, failing, just falling, sometimes literally. Then she just ends up alone all again. This time Asa can't hide behind anything. She can't walk away from it and sulk about her failures like everything's fine, because it's really not fine. So she finally just up and says it. Solitude and companionship I'm afraid of both. So how selfish is that? She doesn't want to be alone, but she also doesn't want to make connections. But really, that just makes Asa human. Sometimes people just feel that way, especially when you have a life like Asa or even worse. I always knew there was something about Asa that just felt a little bit too real. When you think about her character, she's not too timid, she's not too outgoing, not too annoying, not really that brave, and not really that strong. She's just Asa Mitaka. I'm sure a lot of fans find that one of the best things about part 2, and maybe others really do not like that because it is very different. Fujimoto made a very unique but also a very grounded character too. I'll say this much though, if Asa actually manages to make a connection like with Denji or even Yoru, it will be so much more tragic, so much more heartbreaking, because Denji or Yoru will very likely end up killing someone close to each other, and it's gonna be very bad. It's 100% a promise. Fujimoto will pull some tragic stuff with Asa and Yoru. Moving on to the main dish, so to speak, the Falling Devil has created a group of public safety devil hunters and also procured a dish of a hunter's ears, tongue, and nose, offered with another tortured human on a serving cart. But we also see the doors to hell. So the Falling Devil can actually enter hell, and it serves up the human to a disgustingly terrifying worm-like devil, and the creature is eating other humans as well, as it is also about to eat the hunter prepared by Falling Devil. This must be why Falling Devil was one of the first primal fears sent to the human world. She's like a chef at the service of the residents of hell, and it seems these doors are like gateways to hell, and now she can travel between these worlds and serve humans to devils. And that's pretty freaking sick in all types of ways. To make matters worse, Falling Devil announces the main dish, being Asa Root Yoru, a human and war devil fusion. So now that Asa and Yoru are being targeted, it feels like this devil invasion could be moving on to the next stage. If Yoru is the main dish, I'd expect some pretty bad company is on its way, likely another primal fear. I don't imagine just any devil being offered the main dish. It's probably going to be another big-wig devil. At this point, I'd find it really strange if Denji or Nayuta didn't show up in the next couple of chapters, because Yoru isn't strong enough on her own to deal with these devils, and even if they escaped, this invasion is still happening, and I don't know if Chainsawman will just let that slide, or even Yoshida or anything, but who knows, anything could happen. You know, even the fake Chainsawman, maybe he'll make himself known. I still have no clue what Fujimoto is cooking. That's it for this one. I hope you awesome brothers enjoyed. Chainsawman is a good read as always. I never know what happens next. But you guys remember to like and sub for more. Thanks for watching. This has been Enemy Stand User, and I'll see you awesome guys in the next one. Bye-bye.